Boom! Greetings from YouTubeville. Once again, Danny Savage, Draft Guru. If you like the video, sub and subscribe. What a beautiful morning it is. It feels like my Dallas has won the Super Bowl. I wonder why. Who? I wonder why. Let's give it a look-see. By far, still the best beard on YouTube. Today I'm throwing out 5 collegiate prospects because everybody knows this is a 32 NFL team. It's a draft show, college football draft. That's what it is. 365, 24/7. 32 teams in the NFL. Probably next week, I'll be throwing out another 2-round, 32-team mock draft. I want to get like 2 more weeks of the NFL under the belt, so we have a little bit better, a better idea of our draft rankings already. That's how it is. Drinking my coffee. I like it dark and sweet like my women. All right. First kid, you've never heard of him. It's from Montana State. Marcus Wehr. Oh, Brett Wehr. He just got a place on Ditmars Boulevard. Who knows what movie's that from? Showing my age. Brett Wehr. Get me Brett Wehr, I tell you. Give you a little sneak peek. The Jerky Boys. That might have been more of an East Coast thing 40 years ago. Funny ass movie, bro. If you want to laugh, you're bored at work today, look up the Jerky Boys on YouTube and even the movie, and you'll I don't care how old you are, you'll laugh your ass off. So this kid's Marcus Wehr, 6'3", 300. He has guard, tackle, flexibility, experience. What I like about this kid is he's a former defensive lineman. So he has a defensive lineman's mentality. And that's important when you're in the trenches. Because when you're in the trenches, your job is to destroy what's in front of you. Then the whistle blows, and then your job is to destroy him again. I've said it a million times. Micah Parsons is a linebacker, but he has a running back's personality. He has a running back's mindset. He was a sick-ass running back in Harrisburg, PA. Just go check his tape. Penn State flipped him over to linebacker. Still love my guy, Abdul Carter, coming out this year. If I can get him. Next kid is a linebacker out of Buffalo. Bro, you're going to laugh, man. Buffalo, every couple of years, man, puts out a monster. Khalil Mack came out of Buffalo, man. This kid, Shaun Dolce, linebacker, senior. This kid is a tackling machine. 6'2", 240. He has good size. So far on the season, he has 120 tackles, 3 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. So he has a nose for the ball. You can look at it 2 ways. He has a nose for the ball, and he has defensive tackles that are letting him flow to the ball. and make the tackles. I've said this a million times. You can have Ray Lewis and Dick Butkus. You can have Ray from the Young Cats. You can have Ray Lewis and Luke Kuechly at middle linebacker. And if your defensive tackles are shit, you're going to look horrible. Because when you're a middle linebacker, your DT's job is to eat up the guards and let you flow freely to the ball. You have to work in tandem, defensive tackles and linebackers. But what do I know? Next kid is an edge out of Boise State, Ahmed Hassan. There was a wrestler by that name years ago. Like 20 years ago, legit. I'm showing my age, man. I'm really old. Big wrestling fan, man. When I was a kid, every month I was in Madison Square Garden with my dad, God rest his soul. My two boys, they're huge into wrestling. Bullet Club for life for my New Japan Pro Wrestling fans. So this kid, Ahmed Hassan, edge, Boise State. 6'3", 270. He's a tweener. Good production. 30 tackles, 8 sacks. So he's either going to have to put on more weight, slide inside, or listen, man, if he's a legit 6'3" and he doesn't show up at the combine at 6'2", he's big enough to put his hand down in the dirt and go after the quarterback. Absolutely. Or you could see a 3-4 team go after a kid like this. How ironic. For the Dallas fans that are out there, how many years did Dallas always go after Boise State players? They have a talented team this year. Their defense leads the nation in sacks. And they got everybody's all-world running back, Gentry. And I legit can give you 20 monsters that I would probably take ahead of him just because I can get them later in the draft and fill more needs. And especially after yesterday's debacle of Dallas giving away their 4th. Now we have an 80 pick gap from our 3rd round pick to a 5th round pick. We better hope we get a 4th round comp pick, man, because this will be 2 years in a row we just threw away a round 4 pick, man. But I ranted on that yesterday with my aluminum hat on. Good morning, Lawrence King. I'm out here giving you all the draft content you want for Dallas, man, for every team in the NFL. 365, 24/7. Draft channel. Good morning, Lawrence. Thank you for jumping in the chat. I appreciate it. Next kid. Yo, let me tell you something. There's going to be two tight ends that come out of the MAC that are probably going to be like 5'6", from 1 to 10 in the draft, ranked on tight ends. The number 1 kid I've given you already, Harold Fannin from Bowling Green. Kid's a freak, and his numbers are just ridiculous. This kid too has 6 size that I'm going to give you. Ball State's Tanner Koziol, 6'7", 240. That's great tight end size. 68 catches on the season, 630 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He jumped in the transfer portal, and Louisville was going to throw a bag at him. So he went up in competition. He was going to go to Louisville. Then he had a change of heart. I'll bet you money his girlfriend was at Ball State, and she was giving him the sob, tears. I hope he marries her. You know what I'm trying to say? But he stayed. He asked the coaches. He jumped in the transfer portal. But then he was like, yo, can I come back? Can I stay at Ball State? And they said, yeah, of course. So 6'7", 240. His height radius is ridiculous. He goes up to get the ball, and at 240, this kid is quick. He's not as fast or as athletic as Harold Fannin, Bowling Green's tight end, but legit out of like the top 6, 7 tight ends, you're going to see 2 tight ends come out of the MAC. That's why it's important, people, to watch your Tuesday night football, your Wednesday night football, your Thursday night football, your Friday night football, college, and then Saturday is all day football. Yo, I'm going to be honest with you. I've said this before 1,000 times. When I get to Sunday, I'm burnt. I'm legit burnt. My team's on TV, great. If not, no big deal, because my brain has just been fried from watching so many players the entire week. Tana Kozlovov, tight end, Ball State, is a name to look out for on draft day. Harold Fannin, tight end, which I've given you already, Bowling Green, is a name. He's probably the third. Fannin's probably the third ranked tight end. It's between him and a kid Mason Smith out of LSU, who I gave you in the summer. No one else had him, but I did. What do I know? Old school. I'm on 3 notebooks already. Like I said, we're at 420 players as of today. We'll be 800. It's the bat phone. We'll be at 800 by draft day. And like I've said, the reason I have to go so long is around 300 players get drafted, but then every team has a practice squad of 10 to 15 players, and I don't want to miss anybody. Show me who else is dropping. There's maybe one other person that's going to be dropping more players than me. Next kid, right guard, Notre Dame, Rocco Splinder, 6'5", 340. He's a 2-year starter. He's stout, strong, especially against the run. Like I said, 6'5", 340. Nothing flashy about this kid. He's not going to flash. But he's just a strong lunch pail type of kid that's going to come to work every day, work harder, and he has that 6'5", 340-pound frame that there's some 70-year-old offensive line coach out of one of these 32 teams that is sitting in a scouting room and saying, give me him in round 7 or give me him as an undrafted free agent and give me 2 years and I will make something out of him. How ironic all these kids, they all wind up, even these late round draft picks, they all wind up on the IR. That's where they stash everybody. I don't got a problem with it, man. Because the way the salary cap is structured, since day one, you get penalized for being a team that drafts great. The NFL should have a salary cap like the NBA. For the players that you draft and acquire from undrafted free agency, that should be a completely different cap versus your salary cap of going out and raiding other teams' free agents. Because the way the salary cap is structured in the NFL, if you draft great, like if I was in charge of a team, I would be getting punished. Because every 4 or 5 years, I can't keep my stars. And a lot of guys, it takes you 2, 3 years to develop. Then you got 1 year out of them, 2 years out of them, and then you got to start all over again. That's why I'm the way the salary cap in the NFL. I'm just not a fan of it. other channels to watch out for, man. Sub and subscribe. It's either the Wednesday nights or Thursday nights. You got the Frisco Report with Joe Rod and Mike. You got Mike on Cowboys Corner, talking crazy. Cowboys Corner Saturday nights. Subscribe to his channel. We got Fifth Quarter Cowboy, bro. He has Freaky Fridays and what the hell, what the F Mondays. Sub and subscribe to him. We got the OG himself, Cowboys Fiend. We got Cowboys Up podcast, cool dudes. Sub and subscribe. We got 1980s Cowboys. Sub and subscribe. We got Eshaun, Hollywood's newest up-and-coming actor. Bro, Paladonian Production Films. Check him out. Like I said, people, I rock with people that have common sense. We're not here to be friends with the players. I don't want to be friends with the players. I just want them to go out and win. I don't want to be friends with the Joneses. I don't want to work for the Dallas Cowboys. I want championships. Us guys I rock with, nobody has ulterior motives, man. They just give it you like it is, man. And maybe 3-4 years from now, you'll finally come around and see that Dak Prescott did suck and we wasted 10 years with them. And how many other careers did we waste with Dak Prescott, which is really sad. But we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, it's for life. Over and out, everybody. Like I said, it's Wednesday, November 6th, 0900 hours, 420 players already. Look around, see what your draft guys got. Over and out. Thank you, Lawrence.